You carry everything with you constantly. Old resentments from years ago, regrets about choices you made, worries about futures that haven't arrived, grudges against people who've forgotten you, mental weight that grows heavier every day. You replay the argument from last week endlessly. Rehearse what you should have said. Plan what you'll say next time. Hold on to anger like it's treasure you cannot afford to release. You grip your plans tightly. Resist change desperately. Fight against reality when it doesn't match your expectations, exhausting yourself trying to hold together what naturally wants to change and transform beyond your control. Ancient Taoist philosophy reveals a method for restoring mental peace that's profoundly simple yet incredibly difficult. Let go of everything you're holding. Release the grip that creates the very suffering you're trying to escape through control. Lao Tzu, the mysterious Chinese philosopher who wrote the Tao Te Ching around the 5th or 6th century BC, understood something fundamental about peace that most people never discover in their lifetimes of searching. He taught that mental peace isn't achieved by getting what you want or controlling your circumstances. It's achieved by letting go of your grip on everything, releasing what you cannot hold anyway through the ancient art of non-grasping. The Tao Te Ching is the most translated work in world literature after the Bible, and within it lies timeless wisdom about letting go, about releasing, about the freedom that comes from opening your hands. The essence of Taoist philosophy centers on living in harmony with the Tao, the way, and this harmony requires releasing your grip on how things should be and accepting how things actually are in present reality. Lao Tzu wrote, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go of what I have, I receive what I need," revealing that letting go isn't loss, but the prerequisite for genuine gain. This is the foundation of Lao Tzu's method for mental peace, not acquiring more, not achieving more, not controlling more, but releasing, letting go, opening your tightly clenched fists that have been holding on for so long. Think about what you're holding on to right now, what grudges, what resentments, what past hurts, what future anxieties, what expectations, what need to control, what stories about how life should unfold according to your preferences and desires. Each thing you hold creates tension, drains energy, disturbs peace, and the accumulation of everything you're gripping creates the mental turbulence you experience as normal when actually it's completely optional and self-created through habitual holding. Mental peace exists beneath what you're holding. It's your natural state that emerges when you release the grip, when you let go of what you've been carrying, when you stop holding on to what cannot be held. The Tao Te Ching teaches, "He who grasps loses." The sage does not hold on to things, and so nothing is ever lost, revealing the paradox that holding creates loss while releasing creates keeping what genuinely matters. When you hold on to anger, you lose peace. When you grip resentment, you lose joy. When you clutch past hurts, you lose the present moment. When you grasp for control, you lose the flow that would have carried you effortlessly. When you let go of anger, peace emerges naturally without being created. When you release resentment, joy returns on its own. When you drop past hurts, presence becomes available. When you open your grip on control, flow becomes possible again. This letting go isn't passive resignation to bad circumstances. It's active release of the mental and emotional baggage that doesn't serve you, that never served you, that only weighs you down without providing any actual benefit or protection. Lao Tzu observed that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You're the one who gets burned, not them, not primarily. Your grip creates your own suffering. The Zhuangzi tells of a monkey trainer who kept monkeys trapped by giving them 3 acorns in the morning and 4 at night. When he changed it to 4 in the morning and 3 at night, the monkeys raged. They were holding on to their expectations, gripping their preference for how things should be distributed. And this grip created suffering over something that made no actual difference to their well-being or survival, just to their mental story about fairness. You do this constantly, holding on to how things should be, gripping expectations about how people should act, clutching stories about what life owes you. And this grip creates suffering when reality inevitably differs from your grip on how it should appear. The art of letting go is recognizing what you're holding, understanding that this grip creates your suffering, and consciously choosing to release it even though every instinct screams to hold tighter when things feel uncertain or threatening. The Tao Te Ching says, "The sage does not hoard. The more he helps others, the more he benefits himself. The more he gives, the more he has," revealing that releasing creates abundance while gripping creates scarcity and poverty. When you hoard resentments, you create poverty of peace. When you grip anger, you create scarcity of joy. When you hold past hurts, you create lack of presence. When you clutch control, you create absence of flow and natural ease. When you let go of resentments, peace becomes abundant. When you release anger, joy flows freely. When you drop past hurts, presence fills your awareness. When you open your grip on control, flow returns naturally to your lived experience. So, how do you actually practice this art of letting go when holding on feels so automatic, so necessary, so fundamental to protecting yourself from a world that genuinely does contain threats and challenges requiring vigilance? The first practice is identifying what you're holding, bringing consciousness to the unconscious grip, noticing the tension in your body, the weight in your mind, the specific things you're clutching that create this burden you carry constantly. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what am I holding on to that I could release? What grudge serves no purpose? What resentment changes nothing? What past hurt I'm rehearsing that only injures me repeatedly? What future worry that hasn't manifested? Write these down if helpful. Make the invisible visible. Bring the unconscious grip into conscious awareness where you can actually examine whether this holding serves you or only creates the suffering you're trying to escape through more gripping. The second practice is understanding what holding costs you, really feeling the weight, recognizing the energy it drains, acknowledging the peace it destroys, seeing clearly that this grip doesn't protect you. It imprisons you in suffering. That grudge you hold against someone who wronged you years ago, does it hurt them or does it poison you daily? Does it change what happened or does it keep you trapped in the past? Does it serve any purpose beyond feeding the ego's need to be right? That anxiety about the future you grip so tightly, does it prevent what you fear or does it destroy your peace now? Does it prepare you better or does it deplete the energy you'll need when challenges actually arrive in reality? When you see clearly what holding costs, when you recognize that the grip serves nothing but suffering, letting go becomes less about forcing yourself to release and more about recognizing that you're already suffering from holding unnecessarily and painfully. The third practice is the actual release, the conscious opening of your grip, not through force, which only creates more tension, but through gentle allowing, through softening, through trusting that you can be okay without holding on to this anymore. Take one thing you identified, one grudge, one resentment, one worry, one hurt, and visualize your hand holding it tightly. Then imagine slowly open your fingers, letting it rest in your palm. Then turn your hand and allow it to fall away. Feel the physical sensation of release, the lightness that comes when you stop gripping, the space that opens when you let go, the peace that emerges when you release what you've been carrying unnecessarily for so long without benefit. This might create fear. The mind might panic and want to grab it back. This is normal. The ego believes holding keeps you safe, that gripping protects you, that releasing means being vulnerable and undefended against threats. But Lao Tzu teaches that the soft overcomes the hard, the flexible survives what rigid breaks, the open hand receives what the clenched fist cannot hold, And letting go is actually the safest position despite appearing vulnerable to conditioned minds. The Tao Te Ching teaches, yield and overcome, bend and be straight, empty and be full. The person who can let go paradoxically gains what the person who grips tightly loses through the very act of holding. When you yield your grip on anger, you overcome it rather than being overcome by it. When you bend by releasing resentment, you become straight rather than twisted by bitterness. When you empty by letting go, you become full of peace. The fourth practice is returning to this release repeatedly, because the mind will try to pick up what you've dropped, will want to grip again what you released, will reach for familiar burdens because holding feels more normal than the lightness of release. Each time you notice you picked it back up, each time you catch yourself holding again what you released, simply let go again without judgment, without frustration. Just gentle release over and over until the pattern weakens through consistent practice. Over time, days and weeks and months, letting go becomes more natural. The grip loosens automatically. You catch yourself holding sooner. You release more easily. The burdens you carried feel optional rather than mandatory for first time. Lao Tzu taught that the journey 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the journey to mental peace begins with single release. One thing let go, one grip loosened, one burden dropped that you thought you had to carry forever. The Zhuangzi describes a man who carried a heavy sack everywhere. When asked why, he said it contained all his possessions and memories. When asked why not put it down, he replied he never thought he could just release it. This is most people, carrying burdens they never question, holding on to what they never examine, gripping what they assume must be held without ever testing whether release is possible or whether the holding serves any actual purpose beyond habit and conditioning. You can put the sack down, you can let go of what you're carrying, you can release your grip, and nothing terrible happens. In fact, something wonderful happens. Peace emerges like it's been waiting for you to finally release what obscured it. The Tao Te Ching says, in dwelling, live close to ground. In thinking, keep to the simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. In governing, don't try to control. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be present. Notice what this teaching is saying about letting go of complexity, of unfairness, of control, of work you hate, of absence from family. All of these are things to release, grips to loosen, ways of living to let go of. Mental peace comes from this simplicity, this fairness to yourself and others, this release of control, this alignment with what you actually enjoy, this presence with what actually matters rather than gripping what doesn't serve you or anyone else. Think about the peaceful people you know. Not people who have perfect lives, but people who radiate calm despite challenges. And you'll notice they've mastered the art of letting go. They don't hold on to what cannot be held. They release grudges quickly. They don't grip the past. They don't clutch at control. They flow with change rather than resisting it. They open their hands rather than clenching their fists. They practice release as a way of life. You can become this person through practice, through choosing release over grip, through letting go rather than holding on, through opening your hands to what is rather than clenching them around what you wish was different. Lao Tzu observed that water demonstrates perfect letting go. It doesn't hold on to any shape, doesn't grip any position, doesn't clutch any location. It flows, it releases, it adapts, and through this it becomes unstoppable and essential. When water encounters a container, it takes that shape. When the container changes, water immediately releases the old shape and takes the new one. No resistance, no holding on to how it was, just constant fluid release and adaptation. Your life can operate this way, releasing old shapes when they no longer serve, letting go of past versions of yourself, dropping identities that have expired, flowing with change rather than gripping desperately to what was and can never be again. The Tao Te Ching teaches, he who knows when enough is enough will always have enough, and knowing when to stop holding, when to let go, One to release is the wisdom that creates sufficiency where gripping creates perpetual lack. You have enough when you let go of needing more. You have peace when you release what disturbs it. You have joy when you drop what prevents it. You have presence when you let go of past and future grips. The art of letting go is the art of returning to your natural state, the state that exists beneath all the accumulated holding, the peace that's always been there waiting for you to release what obscures it through gripping. Start today with one thing, just one. Choose the smallest burden you carry, the easiest thing to release, and practice letting it go, opening your hand, allow it to fall away, feeling the lightness that comes from release. Don't try to let go of everything at once. Don't force massive release that creates resistance. Just one thing, one small grip loosened, one tiny burden dropped. And notice how this creates space for a piece to emerge naturally. Then tomorrow, another thing, another release, another opening, building the practice of letting go gradually rather than trying to transform overnight through heroic effort that usually fails because it's another form of gripping and forcing outcomes. The Tao Te Ching says, "Those who flow as life flows know they need no other force. They feel no where they feel no tear. They need no mending, no repair. This is the freedom that letting go provides. When you're not holding on to everything, when you're releasing what doesn't serve, when you're letting go rather than gripping, you flow with life rather than fighting it, and this flow is the secret to mental peace. The wear and tear you feel, the exhaustion that depletes you, the need for constant repair of your mental state, all of this comes from the grip, from the holding, from the refusal to let go of what naturally wants to change. When you practice letting go, when you release your grip consciously and repeatedly, when you open your hands to what is, you align with the Tao, you flow with the way, you discover peace that holding could never create. Lao Tzu taught that the sage holds to the Tao and lets everything else go. He doesn't hold on to success, doesn't grip achievement, doesn't clutch possessions, doesn't cling to relationships. He lets everything flow naturally without grasping. This doesn't mean he has nothing. It means he's not imprisoned by what he has, not defined by what he's achieved, not identified with what he possesses, not dependent on relationships, staying exactly as they are forever. He has everything because he holds nothing. He's free because he doesn't grip. He's at peace because he practices the art of letting go rather than the exhausting art of holding on to what cannot be held anyway. This is a method Lao Tzu offers for restoring mental peace. Not complex techniques, not elaborate practices. Just the ancient art of letting go, of releasing, of opening your hands to what is rather than clenching them around what was or what you wish would be. The person who masters this discovers that mental peace was always available, always present, always waiting beneath the grip, beneath the holding, beneath everything they thought they had to carry to survive in this uncertain and ever-changing world. Please like and subscribe at this exploration of Lao Tzu's method to restore mental peace through letting go resonated with you, and you want more ancient Taoist wisdom for finding freedom from the burdens you've been carrying unnecessarily for far too long.